My dog died alone.
Mama, there goes that man.
Welcome back to the show. ThonLexy here with another live reaction. Let's get into it. Welcome back. What an interesting show we have for you today. Much love to Edwina representing Las Vegas. She was the first in the chat. Very funny subscriber. How you guys doing? What's up, Zay? How you doing? Representing DMV. Miss Quiet Scales is third in the building. Kranos representing Tampa. What's happening? Let's make it happen. Y'all know the rules. Hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell. That's the basics. Everything over $20 qualifies as a sponsor in the Cash App. We reached $100 in the Cash App. You got another show. Y'all know how it goes. Let's get it. Let's get to work. Let's make it happen. Let's get to work. Arcadia, California in the building. No games, no mas. We play no games over here. Hit the subscribe button. You ready? We pull no punches this evening. We pull no punches this evening. Happy Saturday. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Shout out to MTR. We're going to use your content a little bit today, man. Much love to Dave representing Northern Virginia. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. I think the content he's reacting to is a little bit dated, but that's okay. That's all right. We're going to go backwards and we're going to do what we got to do. Shout out to MTR. Atlanta. It's from Atlanta. Ratchet Slayers. What's up, Rome? Let's find a good position to. RM says, let's inhale and exhale together. Let's get it. Let the AK off after we inhale and exhale. Ooh. That's that good prana. Let's get it. After we react to MTR addressing Kendra G, we're going to move over to some archetypes. Two very interesting archetypes, and then a woman who was demanding a 100K. Of course, it's what has been a very common theme of this niche, women asking for 100K when they don't qualify for it. Then women saying that we're bashing, but really there's logic to it. We're going to put logic to why she doesn't qualify for the money she's asking for. We're going to break it all down. So you want to stay to the end of the show for sure. Let's get into it. Everything over $100 qualifies as a, everything over $20 qualifies as a show sponsor. If we reached $100 in the Cash App, we guarantee come back for another live show. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what MTR had to say about Kendra G. We all know Kendra G has attacked my platform multiple times. She hasn't said my name directly, but all of the traffic came to my platform when it happened. And she basically, in so many ways, alluded to addressing me and my sexuality. She did the same thing with Kevin Samuels. She pretty much attacks all male platforms. But it's what's interesting about Kendra G is that when she gets really, really upset at, in particular, black women, all of a sudden she understands why men have a problem with black women, and all of a sudden she's on the side of reason when they agitate her. But then in any other sense of the word, she's like a #1 VIP member of the Sisters Club. So that is why there are always a lot of contradictions in the things that Kendra has to say. She tries to hold two positions. She tries to hold a position of reason and understanding and statistical data and in her position in dating, but on the other foot, she tries to be a part of the sisterhood, the principles of all black women are perfect, basically, no matter what they do. All black women are 10s. All black women are baddies. You can't say anything to black women. Black women are magic, right? Much love. Going to get into it. Let's go ahead and just get right into the clip. I want to see what MTR has to say. I'm glad that other male content creators are starting to catch away of the contradictions and all the things that Kendra has to say that are just borderline hypocritical. Let's spin the clip.
25. That's like a crazy situation. So it's like different dynamics. But after that, I was with my first love. So that relationship was about almost 7 years. So, you know, I had a couple long-term relationships, but I don't want to get into that. That's for the man that chooses me and wants to talk.
The content that I have for you guys here today, I like to describe this as a beautiful train wreck, making it extremely appropriate and entertaining for us to review. Nevertheless, this content comes by way of Kendra G. I haven't commentated over her content in a little while now, so I think it's a great time to be able to do so. Title of this video, Mom to 5 by 5 different men, is back to clear her name. Said, don't judge her from her past. This is literally the title of the video. Nevertheless, videos like this serve not only as entertainment, but as a lesson to the wise of, if you are a woman in today's modern day society and you're out here collecting men's seeds like Thanos was collecting infinity stones, you're not going to have a very fulfilling and valued life into the future. For no man would want to sign up for a situation like this. Don't get knocked up before marriage, because you might end up like the woman who we're going to review here today. This one's a doozy. Without further ado.
Okay, so Rachel, you was here. I was here before, and I was so irritated because I'm Rachel. I was on before. I got 5 baby daddies, and they let me have it on here. And I was so irritated. I did not like about this interview. So many podcasters took clips of my interview and said I was desperate for a man because I have 5 baby daddies. And they just took it and got views when they took a false narrative, because I've never been desperate for nothing in my life. So,
Dayton, Ohio, Aquarius, 43, bartender. Bartender, do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 5 sons.
Really? 5 sons. How old are your sons?
They are 29, 26, 21, 16, and 10 at home.
Damn.
2 are at home.
All by the same man?
No, all different fathers.
You have 5 men?
Yep.
Have you ever been married?
No, I was engaged twice, but never married.
Why didn't you settle down with any of the 5 men you had kids by?
Well, the last one, I did a 5-year engagement and I backed out. I just don't want to get divorced, and I felt like it wasn't going to work after a while. And I also, unpopular opinion, feel like once you have a kid, it take away from the thrill of wanting to get married for me. So it's like I had the first kid they ever had. So I'm like everybody's first baby mom or whatever. So it's like they really wanted a kid, and I didn't really want kids, and it happened. And then I realized I don't want to get married now, because now I'm a mom again.
You know why also it takes away the thrill? Because women like this, they make it sport to choose the government or the state over a man or relationship or even marriage, right? So the thought that she'll be unable to collect child support from a man that she marries probably just bothers her, right? It's outside of her normal. But you just gotta think of the mindset, the ridiculousness to be surprised to have this type of reaction from podcasters, from folks probably also down in the Kendra's audience as well, as to the way that she has conducted her life. But why would a man want to choose a woman that has 5 saved games so he can be the 6th for her to back out of another engagement? Like, let's say if there's a guy that actually wanted to get engaged, which is absolutely insane to me. Yeah, but let's say that there was. Why would the guy want to be the 6th?
Oh man, easy.
Right? Like, why? But yet again, what you see with all of these types of women is that no one has introduced a bit of truth to them. So they will not understand their choices or decisions until they'll hit child number 5, go up on a dating show, and then talk about how great of a pick or an option that they are. Absurd. Let's go.
I don't know. It's just weird. That's just how I felt about it, and I kind of backed out.
So once you were engaged, but once you had the baby, you felt like you didn't want to marry the father anymore?
Yeah, I felt like it became all about, a kid. The kid and raising a kid. It took away from the relationship. That was just how I felt at the time.
Do you want to get married or you don't want to get married?
At this point in my life, I feel like I had 2 long, fulfilling relationships, and if I don't get married, I'm fine with that. If I do get married, that's fine. So I'm not against it, but I'm not super pressed to get married. wanted to follow up and get back on here. I'm still single.
Even though that call is dated, you see that, you know, for a while, women have been trying to get ahead of the inevitable. By the time women start getting past the wall, or by the time they've messed up their dating history or they're muddied up their dating history so bad that they know marriage is far from being obtained, it's at that point women try to act like marriage isn't something that they want. You know, like the Nia Long case study, Nia Long saying that she no longer... she now all of a sudden she's saying she's never seen anybody in a happy marriage because marriage seems to be probably farther from being obtained for her than it probably ever has been. So now all of a sudden she's never seen anybody in a happy marriage.
5 kids and 5 baby daddies, and
these podcasters are whack as hell. They cannot create. Let me tell you something. Wait, hold on. They cannot create their own content. No. That's the one thing I will give Kevin Samuels. He was able to get people to call into a show, and he can have his own dialogue. Yes. He didn't have.
This was so cat when Kendra was trying to give Kevin Samuels credit, because when Kevin Samuels was alive, Kendra tried to act like Kevin Samuels owed everything that he did to black women. She tried to shade Kevin Samuels the exact same way. She said, well, really, you owe everything that you do to black women, because without black women, you wouldn't even have a show. Which that would actually be true for her show, Singles, then, by that same logic. By that same logic, like, her show is irrelevant without black women. You know what I mean? But she tried to irrelevate Kevin Samuels' show, or make Kevin Samuels' show irrelevant with those talking points. So again, now all of a sudden she's trying to act like she's on Kevin Samuels' side. Stop it. You're not on Kevin Samuels' side. Let's continue.
To rip off somebody else's show to get content. And what it really feels is, what I really know is, these men, they are just, or women, because it's both, they just use my footage because they can't do it themselves.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like they paying their car note, they paying their light bill, and it's all about money. It's not about they have a real critique. It's not about that. It's all about money.
Right.
And
CASHAPP stopped the show automatically. The Valley Savage says, fulfilling relationships, but decided to leave. Yeah, it's like... Again, I love when a woman's like, yeah, I had 2 fulfilling relationships, and they're 2 relationships that she bailed on, and we're like, you know what, I don't need this. But they're fulfilling. Interesting. That is interesting. Much love. Thank you for that 10.
They're weak people. They're very weak to me, because I'm like, you
Definitely.
to start your own show, get your own content. I can respect that. So I apologize.
Now, you guys got to understand the place where Kendra is coming from. Kendra's coming from a place where she has never been held accountable for her behavior, and often doesn't like to see critiques that she demonstrates on her platform time and time again. When she goes up onto the Tamron Hall show and acts the way that she did, demonstrating the exact type of behavior and characteristics that men have been saying for decades now that we don't appreciate or we don't like. So when it comes to a fair critique, a woman coming in with 5 different baby fathers, even if she wanted to say the truth, she's unable to, because these types of women, which makes for the most viral content, would no longer come in because they think that they will be judged. The majority of her watching audience, or at least those that buy into a singles dating app, is women. So if you're holding the women accountable, they are less likely to be a part of that conversation if that level of accountability is not getting the results in their life. Kevin Samuels had nothing for women like this. He would often say, hey, listen, you might just have to be reincarnated. But Kendra gives them a glimmer of hope by not holding them accountable. It's kind of also similar, in no disrespect to Maury, but imagine if Maury Povich would hold the women accountable that were coming back time after time with all of these damn paternity tests. Those types of women wouldn't want to come back to the show for fear of being shamed for their bad decision making, thereby lowering the ratings. Passes the week off as if those utilizing fair use are just harmful to society. I don't think that it's harmful at all. Actually, I think that more people need to understand the consequences of their decisions by watching content of people making bad decisions, and then understanding from others as to why that they are bad decisions. There was a scary reason as to why women like this don't understand the decisions that they have made and the gravity of those decisions, and a component of that reason is the sister code. Let's proceed.
Is that the podcast?
It's okay. I know it wasn't you. I appreciate your platform. That's
again, everything MTR had to say there was certainly profound. Like, again, I'm reacting to his entire video. But as I'm speaking right now and I've paused his content, it's a creative piece of content. I know that there's somebody watching this who's probably like, nah, bruh, it ain't yours. It's MTR's. You need to do something. Yeah. YouTube's policy says otherwise. I don't work for you. I'm not on your platform. I'm on YouTube's platform. They said I'm following the guidelines. I'm going to listen to that. I think I'm going to listen to that.
Why I said I wanted to follow up on here, because I wasn't going to give them any extra content when they wasn't original in the first place, and they took bits and pieces of my. I mean, I can't change my past. My kids don't define me, and my decisions in my past don't define me. But I'm not desperate, and I have very good criteria. I wasn't looking for nothing crazy on the income side.
You a liar.
I'm very reasonable, so they just really try to let me have it. And half of the men I wouldn't date anyway. I don't care if I had no baby daddies. I wouldn't even date them anyway. It was like,
we don't care.
I also learned a lesson because someone reported me for bullying for responding back and messed up my monetization on my page. So I learned not to let these interviews.
She was with the smoke.
Because I was going back and forth with a couple people on here. And
I mean, it sucks, right? Welcome to the internet streets, child. But let me say this. I don't remember everything. So did you want to just say that, or you want to do the interview?
Hit the like button, everybody.
In dating. I'm still
As you come into the room, hit the like button.
Well, can we take it?
I'm not in
if you want me to take it from the top, you get 2 times on the show.
We can take it from the top.
Okay, because I don't remember everything. So Rachel, and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. And how old are you?
I am 44. I just turned 44 last month.
Okay. So is that an Aquarius or Capricorn?
Aquarius.
So we got Rachel, Dayton, Ohio, 44, Aquarius. What do you do for a living?
I'm a bartender. I was a direct support professional, but I have a really good bartending job right now. So I just bartend full time right now.
Okay. And you said you have 5 kids. Have you ever been married?
No, never been married.
So you have 5 kids.
She supports 5 kids.
Yeah.
So did you ever try to like work it out with one of them?
I did. I had a couple long-term relationships. It just didn't work out. And, you know, they're good men. They're cool, but they're not for me. And maybe it's been many moons since I've been in a relationship. I've been single from my ex since about 2017 or 18. And we have an 11-year-old. That was my last long-term relationship.
So yeah, how old are your 5
You know what?
kids?
They are 30, 27.
I'm about to get on my MLK, my Martin Luther King. I have a dream today. I have a dream that the modern woman of today would finally stop laying on her back for men that she would not see herself with for a long time. For I have a dream that she would judge that man by the content, the morality of his character, not by the stacks in his bank account, not just by his height, but by things that make him wholly a man. I have a dream today that you would equate a man worthy enough for long-term commitment, then be worthy enough to have a kid with. I have a dream today. But miss me with that other bullshit. So you liked him enough to lay on the back with him and produce children with him, be with him for months, him propose to you, but not enough to keep it long term.
Let him cook.
Crazy.
21, 17, and 11.
Okay. And so Rachel, Dayton, Ohio, 44, Aquarius, bartender, mom of 5 kids by 5 men, never married.
Nope.
Okay.
2 kids at home.
2 kids at home.
Yeah, the other 3 are grown and they're gone.
So let me just ask this for woman to woman. Maybe after maybe, I don't know. I think I do remember. You don't want to get married.
No, It's not a deal breaker for me. I've been engaged before. I didn't get married. If I don't get married, I'm perfectly fine. I feel like I had love. I had long-term relationships. I don't feel like that's a lack in my life.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm open to it, but it's not like a big thing on my list. I would rather have happiness, a companionship, a partnership, and take it from there. So,
well, she knows that it would be unreasonable. She's saying this because she knows that on some level it would be unreasonable for a man to make a long-term decision like that on her. That's where your defeatist mentality comes, where, you know what, it doesn't really matter if I get married anymore. That has a lot to do with the 5 baby daddies that you think don't define you. Let's continue.
It's not something that I'm like, ooh, I have to get married.
So I think one would say, well, now do you want a long-term relationship?
I'm open to it. I'm open to seeing what happens.
Let's get like 30 more people.
Yes or no?
I just don't. I'm not in a.
Hit the like button.
I'm not quite like in a rush for anything. I just want something to happen organically.
Okay. Because I don't even know what this says. I really, let me tell y'all, this is, and I'm not exaggerating. I don't watch nobody on YouTube but me. It's my only show that I watch now.
And Kendra, for one, that's a lie, Kendra, because you certainly steal people's talking point. You steal things from people's show. And how could you be in disagreement with anybody without listening to anybody's show? See, this is that disingenuous stuff that you do where you try to act like you're above everyone and you try to act as if you're on another level than everybody. But how could you be at odds with people you haven't even given a good ear? Didn't I say that black women are triggered before they've even come to the table and given anyone a fair look or anyone a fair, shake at like what's what? You know what I'm saying? It just seems like they know that men are having conversations about dating and relationships, and they're just upset about it. I do believe there are a large amount of women who actually don't watch the content. They're just mad because they think they should be mad, which is, of course, stupid as hell. Like, I'm pretty sure you probably aren't watching a lot of YouTube because it doesn't sound like you're learning. All the answers to your problems and the mistakes that you've been making in the dating world are on a lot of podcasts. I think I kind of believe you that you're not watching, but you are because you're certainly stealing people's shit. Mr. Kevin Samuels is stuff you steal. Kendra Cam is basically another way of you saying height, dress size, so on and so forth. That's just a very, very small example of you heisting his ideas.
When podcasters do certain things, somebody might send me a DM of them reviewing my show, but I don't even watch those, to be honest with you. I don't give it any attention. Only show I watch on YouTube is the Kendra G single
and
show.
Corey Holcomb.
So I don't know what other podcasters said about you. But I will say this. I think even if somebody got past the 5 kids, your decision skills are going to be, I think what they're going to wonder is like, okay, let's say, I think there might be grace for 1 baby daddy, 2 baby daddy. But I think most people are like, by the 3rd baby daddy, you should have picked better. Okay, you ain't get it right by the 3rd. By the 4th baby daddy, girl, you should have picked better.
That's exactly what
baby daddy, what the hell?
You know what's so interesting about that exchange right there is that Kendra G felt a need to preface that she doesn't watch what men say. Meanwhile, she was an ardent studier of Kevin Samuels. Let's keep it a buck. But preface it that she doesn't listen to those men, but hey, let me give you some advice, which is exactly what men say, which is exactly what the podcasters say. So at first, you're going to talk all this ish about what the men say, right? Never holding her accountable, and then spin it in this sister cold, jarbled garbage in order to make it feel better to her ears. Look at that, Kendra. Looks like you can't escape what it is that we talk about because we're right.
Like, I did pick better. I feel like I picked better. I mean, I feel like every time was a great man. And maybe, mentally, I wasn't ready to stay. I had a kind of rough upbringing. So it took me a little longer in life to evolve and to heal and to get to a place to where I know that maybe I did like mess up some relationships because I wasn't used to happiness.
She sounds like a cheater.
I'm not afraid to be 44 and being able to grow and admit to things that I made, bad decisions in the past. Because maybe I shouldn't have had a kid by everyone that I was with. Maybe I should have been more responsible. But that's neither here or there. Now that I'm 44, if someone can't live with my past, that's perfectly fine. Because it's men out there who has made mistakes, maybe going into a round of divorces or have multiple baby moms. They could be for me. So if I'm not for you, you don't have to drag me down and try to talk to me less than because I'm a human. I'm a beautiful person. I'm nice. And just because you don't have any baby daddies.
Now, let's go ahead and crush this pulling black women narrative down right here, right now. When a single mother comes out onto a public platform and says, I have 5 children by 5 different men, and I would like an opportunity with the best man in the dating market, and men disagree with that aggressively so, that's not tearing you down. That means people disagree with you. See, that's the issue with the way women are evaluating these what they call male podcasts or red pill guys or whatever. You guys are evaluating them from an emotional standpoint. That's the issue. You aren't logical. This is why men are more equipped to lead than you are, because men are more logical than they are emotional. You're more emotional than you are logical. You're choosing to look at these conversations as an attack. When black men have justifiable reason to date out or go overseas and find submissive women, but they're still showing up at podcasts to have conversations to see about their women and see if something will change. If you all believe that all the black men who come to these platforms are simply here to disparage you, that's juvenile and it's an emotional response. Most of the men are there because they're trying to see if something will possibly change one day or if it's even possible. They're trying to figure out why they're not getting anywhere with black women and how to crack the code. And remember how we talked about last show? If you look at the older women, 60 and up, chiming in on this modern day conversation, they say that it's the women that have gone down. And if you look in some of the comment sections, you see a bunch of rebellious loose neck hyenas telling those older black women that they're wrong. I'm telling you guys, I'm not a religious person, but I personally believe that sometimes I wish that Jesus Christ would come down because I believe that if he said black women, you're not holding yourselves accountable, I think they'd be like, fuck you, Jesus. Because I personally do not believe anybody can hold a black woman accountable, personally. Anybody who dares so, it's almost a death sentence to your image, name, reputation, or brand. Because again, there's this agreement that black women are magic, and that because they've been through so much, we're not allowed to have conversations about the black women who don't qualify for 6-figure men. It's absurd. Grow up, ladies. Grow up.
Does not make you better than me as on a human level and spiritual realm. So to me, it's like, so many people are miserable that they just try to dig at me because of my past, and that's my past. Like, you can't hurt me because of you talking about my past. Like, okay, it's just crazy. All right, fair enough. So the overall statement is this: if she's not for you, keep it moving. As simple as that. Like, if you want to holler at me and give me a chance, we can talk. We can, see what it leads to. And if you're not for me, that's fine. I'm not forcing anyone. Not forcing anyone.
Now, here's the thing, baby girl. I didn't react to your content, so I'm not sure what people are saying, but I'd venture to want to know. Of the things that I'm saying, do you view this as disrespect? Because I often find that those that have a difference of opinion towards you, oftentimes the person who originally said it finds it as disrespectful.
Divine Photo says, these chicks stay pregnant more than being in an actual relationship.
Let him cook.
Yeah.
Let him cook now. Let him cook.
Yeah. Especially in our community. And they value, once they get that's why they don't evaluate the man properly until a baby. They don't look at the guy. They don't take an honest look at who they're sleeping with until the baby comes. Because the system has taught them that the baby is the win. You get free housing, you get free money and all this other stuff. I'm glad Donald Trump is getting ready to take it all away. Mr. Samuel said it, winter is coming and it is here. And now all you ladies who've been relying on the system and all this other stuff because you don't want to trust your men, now you're going to have to figure it out. And I hope that all those men that you passed up on and you try to circle back on, I hope that they've picked women who were down with the cause originally and didn't choose the system and didn't lean on them people.
That's not disrespect. But you cannot expect to put your dirty laundry over the internet and your laundry beyond dirty and not expect constructive criticism. And if you're not ready for that, then don't go to the internet. But I respect what appears to be you taking responsibility for some of the decisions that you made in your life.
All right, so let's go to the questions. When was your last relationship?
My real serious relationship would be about 2018 and 17. I just been dating in between and bumping my head in between because I was a lover girl. I was the type of girl to fall in love easy, have babies, and wear my heart on my sleeve. So I learned a lot. And right now I just been dating. I see people, but I haven't met anyone worth being serious with.
Okay. And you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Probably like last month.
Okay. Is that guy an option?
He's really not an option. He's just someone that I'm comfortable with, and we have a great friendship. But far as someone that I can be with, no, he's kind of like too set in his ways. He's older than me, and it's just not working.
So even after receiving all of the feedback, it's like these things just don't change. It's almost like being hard-headed is a part of who they are. It's a high.
And I think that this just about concludes this segment. I really just wanted to briefly cover his part where he had things to say about Kendra G, and just to show that the struggle is real all across the board. When you're in men advocacy, you have to take attacks from these female content creators, some of them who agree with you and steal your talking points like Kendra G does. Some of them literally agree with you, steal your talking points, but then they act like they're against you. They act like they're your adversary. It's annoying as hell. Then they act like you're stealing their content, which if that was the case, YouTube would pull the content down. YouTube is far ahead of Kendra G. You better believe it. I've read books on YouTube. They've been through a lot of different kind of like lawsuits and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that they know the difference between theft or something that isn't stealing more than Kendra G does. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Let's go ahead and start breaking down some archetypes and disqualifying demeanors and getting the show on how we usually like. Cash apps are the only thing that stopped the show. Let's get it. Hit the like button. Let's get into it.
Hey, have you been here before?
No.
I just had, what is up with Lola? We had a girl tonight on the IG show. Her name was Lola. You Lola.
Yeah.
Something about them LOs, child. Are you low? Is it LO?
LOLA.
Something about the LOs tonight. We just had, listen, when I make y'all highlight, I'm going to put Lola first, and I'm going to do you right after her so they can know that I ain't crazy. Because I just left for Lola. Okay, Lola, where you calling me from?
I'm from Chicago.
Okay, how old are you, baby girl?
30.
And what you do for a living?
I'm a caregiver.
Okay. You have any kids?
2.
2 kids? How old are your 2 kids?
4 and 6.
4 and 6, both by the same man?
Yeah.
Yes. Why y'all not together? Y'all got a 4-year-old.
Yeah, me and my baby daddy was together for like 8-9 years. And I basically spent my whole 20s with him.
Okay.
So, long story short, he was abusive.
I want to say something. Look how our women are choosing to present themselves on these platforms. And again, when talking about the so-called over-sexualization of black women, I don't personally believe it. I believe that our women are more revealing. They dress more revealing. They're more willing to like randomly twerk or thirst trap than any other woman in the country. Yet they're claiming to be over-sexualized. It's pretty disappointing.
So,
okay, when did that end?
I
can't see you anymore.
Uh-oh, look like we lost her.
Okay.
So you were saying your baby daddy.
Yeah, the cousins, I see they in the comments trolling, talking about I had to get off the phone because my baby daddy was coming.
Is he?
No.
Okay.
You a liar.
Well, what happened? You did go away.
Somebody had called me.
Oh, somebody called you. Okay, so we done. Who the somebody?
A friend.
He got a penis?
Yeah, but never touched. Never
You ain't
touched.
never sleep with him?
Mm-mm.
You a liar. He want to sleep with you?
No, he used to date my friend.
What he call you for?
I don't know.
You a liar. So so your friend's ex called you.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I don't know. I ain't answer. I was trying to connect back to the live.
His first time ever calling you? It's the first time he ever called you?
No. We friends.
Your friend know you friends with her ex?
Well, she like an associate, but yeah.
How she feel about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
So she ain't really your friend then?
Right.
Let's continue with the interview. All right, Lola, Chicago. 30 years old. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer, okay. Caregiver, mom of 2 kids by her ex. Never, have you ever been married?
No. We got engaged, but that don't count because that's not married.
Okay. I think I got it all. Lola, Chicago, 30, is a Cancer caregiver, mom to 2 by the same man, never married. What kind of man you looking for now?
Just somebody that could accept me for me, like a nice guy.
Okay. All right. What's your deal breakers?
Uh, I prefer like nobody like liars. Um, I don't like men that's like how can I explain it? Like the men that like go after everybody.
Okay.
Like basically like how y'all like dudes, they don't like thoughts, they don't like bops, they don't like hoes, like the male version of that.
Okay. So you don't want the man that's been with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So no man that's for everybody. Okay.
Right.
Should he look a certain way?
Um, I like them like slim, skinny, but I'm open to it.
You open to what?
I'm open to any.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Um, he just gotta have. He just gotta have like everything, like the what I have, and then he can't have less than me.
Say again?
I said he just gotta have like everything. Like he can't have less than me.
So what's that minimum?
Uh, like it's not a dollar amount. It's just like, you know, he just can't have like nothing. Because
Okay.
if you don't have nothing, like you don't got your life together, you don't got no job, no car, no nothing. You shouldn't be trying to date anyway. If that makes sense.
Okay. You shouldn't try to date. Okay, fair enough. So you gotta have a car.
Right, and a job, and a crib, like everything that I got.
Everything that she got. Okay, fair enough. Um, let's do the Kendra Cam. That means he gotta have 2 kids too then, right?
I don't care if he got kids. Everybody got kids
He gotta have
nowadays.
everything you got, girl. He gotta have 2 kids too. Okay, let me see this pink outfit, girl. Okay. Woo! Woo! I see you, girl. Pink Panther out here. Lola, when was your last relationship?
My last like serious relationship, I want to say 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm a pass.
You can pass. I'm gonna let it go. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm an overthinker. I overthink a lot. I'll be tweaking sometimes. Like everybody that know me
I
know,
beg
like
your
I be
pardon?
like tripping, and I could kind of be like a little bit of a pushover, like kind of.
Okay, guys, we're getting ready to move on because I got a feeling that this woman is a troll. Again, I don't have time for the women who appear to not be serious at all. But I do hate when women try to make it trendy to be crazy or out of pocket. And I always talk about how men kind of help contribute to this problem a little bit by talking about women who are crazy, got the best box and all this other type of stuff that we do with crazy girls. And we need to stop doing it because now black women think it's cute and they're trying to market it. So we got to stop. But I don't know. I think I'm tired of you. I really don't have the energy to deal with her. I was watching this earlier and someone was just telling me she's not even serious. And we're just seeing it a lot. I basically just wanted to disqualify her demeanor. A lot of you women, before you even present yourself, before you even present your standards, you're already disqualified.
Okay, that's gonna be hard because I'm eating lunch. Let me move.
Can you go outside like you have good light?
Let me scoot over. Hold on. Is this better?
Your light is good. I just don't want the music. I'll get flagged.
Okay. Well, we'll try. There's my outside
hit the like
seating.
button.
Sorry. So
We
I
need
have to
7
sit
more people to hit the like button. We at 100%.
Can I hear it? Maybe it won't work. I mean, maybe I can't hear it right now. What's your
Okay,
name,
we'll try.
love?
Darian.
And where are you calling us from?
I'm from LA, but I live in Hawaii.
Oh, wow, Hawaii. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. What you do for a living?
I am a director of a nonprofit that helps local women grow their businesses.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have one daughter. She's 2.
2 years old. Why are you not with the dad?
He just honestly was a very abusive person. So pretty much right after I gave birth, I just made the decision not to go forward with the relationship.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
And have you ever been married?
We need one more person to hit the like button.
Never been married.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
Let's do it. You look cute. You got good light. I definitely appreciate that. We got Jian, Hawaii, 31, Capricorn, director of a nonprofit, mom to a 2-year-old, never married. What kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for someone that so I'm Christian, so that's super important to me. Someone that shares my values, but also someone fun. I have a very outgoing personality, so I would need someone that can match that for sure. I've dated a lot, so I'm kind of looking for something more serious now. So I would be dating to marry for sure. And that's someone that has a good head on their shoulders. Ideally, someone with a really solid career, and someone that would like inspire me to grow. I think I'm like pretty ambitious and successful, so I need someone to like help me take.
Yeah, my comment section is certainly triggered by your use of the word abusive because men are tired of hearing you women, even like, it doesn't matter, even non-black women, we're tired of hearing every single excuse for a father of you guys. Oh, he's abusive. Like, in what way? Because some of you women are hitting on men, beating on men, and then he like finally shoves you a little bit, and then you're like, oh, then you call the police. That's not him being abusive towards you. Some of you women, like, you guys block the door and won't even let him leave, and if he touches you, even if he just touches you trying to get by, you're calling the police. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm not saying that like you're lying, but I'm letting you know why men just aren't buying this, because single mothers, you guys are beating the hell out of this excuse. And we know that there are some signs and indicators of an abuser before you have the child that you all miss, which still makes you accountable in some way. That the person you had a child with is somebody who isn't, probably somebody who's safe for your baby to be around. That's on you. It isn't like that guy's just bad all by himself.
Take it to the next level and inspire me.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
So I would say if someone was atheist, that's definitely a deal breaker for me.
Again, unsolicited attacks on the non-religious. It's funny. Christians say that Christians try to act like non-religious people or atheists or skeptics are hostile people. But like people who don't believe in God are sitting back minding their own business, and Christians are always like, no atheist. Like it's like it's like where'd that come from? Do you guys know that non-religious people don't really do this? Like non-religious people don't sit around and just be like, we're looking for like Christians to like, nope, It's like the irony in all of it is that Christians, of course, as we all know in the Black community, are some of the most hostile and judgmental people in the entire world. And again, have you guys ever seen a Christian experience a miracle and then turn around and go, I don't know how anyone could be an atheist? It's like that's an unsolicited attack on someone who wasn't bothering you. Why can't you just have your little religion and what you believe in and just be all right? Like, it's very low, and I think that Christians are always trying to act like they're victims to the responses of non-religious people, but you guys are baiting these conversations, and then when you guys can't handle it, you go on like you atheists you guys are the devil or blah 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 blah. But it's often a response to an unsolicited attack, a lot of the times.
Anyone that has any type of criminal record that's violent or anything, a history of like some kind of behavior like that, absolutely not. I would need someone that has a stable career. I don't want someone that's just like doing a side hustle. Like that would be a deal breaker for me. They have to be established, and they have to love children.
Okay, I want to take a
look. Just because, like you guys always see some stepmothers do this. Oh, you have to love children. Just because men love children, that doesn't mean that they want to raise men's children that aren't theirs. Like a man can love children till the moon come home, but that doesn't mean that he wants to raise your kids you had with another man. See, this is all just a setup to make any man who doesn't raise your kids less valid in some way or less of a man in some way. Oh, you have to be able to love kids to deal with someone like me because I have a child. There are plenty of men who love children who don't want to take care of other men's children. Plenty. You guys are always trying to take something away from a man for not wanting to take care of another man's child. And I say that being somebody who isn't fully against stepfatherhood. I've seen it literally save lives in the Black community. But again, you women make it impossible for modern men to want to be a stepfather to you. It's because of your audacity and what you have the gall to think belongs to, like, which is what you're entitled to, what you feel entitled to.
Pause from you to cut somebody out in the comment section. So BTSWC says, do Kendra tell chocolate girls they are cute? Bitch, I'm chocolate. What are you talking about? You see a cute chocolate girl every single time you hold.
That certainly is Black girl insecurity, because I will give Kendra her credit. Kendra does call all the women who are symmetrical. It doesn't matter the skin color. If you're attractive, she'll call you. She'll tell you that she thinks that you're cute or whatever. A lot of times Black women bring their unadulterated evil and hurt on the Kendra G show. This is proof that with nothing to go off of, Black women will create narratives and will just run off with shit. People have lost money behind what black women are just emotional about. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor, Obsidian, and all the other content creators who have fallen under the emotions of women who don't want to be held accountable for shit. And even if some people believe what Tommy got canceled for justifiable reasons, I'm not aware of all the other extreme things Tommy Sotomayor has done. So you guys have to excuse me. From where I'm sitting, it seems he's off the internet because Black women don't like being held accountable by men like him, by any outspoken, articulate Black man who understands Black women really thoroughly. They don't like it. Okay, let's continue. What the hell?
Host the show. Why would you think?
Hello.
I would not tell chocolate girl. Section. And it's intentional. It's intentional that I be fly because as a chocolate woman, I know how important that is. So there's no reason why I would never, like what you see, I would not tell a chocolate girl that she's cute. Stop making any damn sense. Now back to you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did that answer your deal breaker?
You did.
Okay. So the guy looks a certain way.
I want someone that takes care of themselves, so they don't necessarily have to be like a certain height or weight, but I work out a lot, so I definitely want someone that takes priority on their physical health.
Okay. So somebody that works out.
Yeah. Okay. I like to be active, especially, living in Hawaii, there's like so much to do, hiking, swimming, surfing, all of that, so I definitely need someone that would be like up to doing things like that.
I can imagine, isn't it like amazing to live in Hawaii?
It's amazing. I moved here in 2017, and then I went back to LA, and I missed it so much that I had to move back for a second time. It's amazing.
It's so funny. I was thinking, I guess I would consider Hawaii. I love California so much. I'm like, I would leave America before I leave California. But when you said, I was like, ooh, Hawaii, it made me feel exciting. Like, yeah. Anyway, back to you. All right. Now you live in Hawaii. Do this mean I gotta make a certain amount of money?
Yes, for sure. I definitely want to be with someone that makes more than six figures.
So more than six figures is a millionaire.
Okay, wait. Let me back that up. Six figures or more.
6 figures or more is a millionaire.
Yeah.
So you want to make $1 million or more?
Well, six figures or higher. So
okay, let's say this. So when you say 6 figures, are you meaning 100K?
Correct. Exactly.
Okay. So you know
that's like the baseline. Right. And that's plus. Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying you want to make high 6 figures?
High 6 figures.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So is that 100K minimum or that's too low?
That would be the lowest for me. I mean, roughly, right? It's expensive living here. It's expensive living in LA. I mean, even 100,000 after taxes is not enough these days, right? So I would need to be with someone that can definitely support a great lifestyle, but also like I don't want to be with someone that doesn't have ambition. And so to me, that income level signals that person has ambition.
Okay, fair enough. Now they're gonna ask this. Let me just ask you directly. Your 2-year-old dad, did he make 100K or more?
He did.
Okay, and that was abusive, so you couldn't work that out.
Yeah. He was very abusive, so I just cut that off.
Okay. Dr. Dad said it. Sometimes I ask this question. Let me just get your mindset. Not saying this is what you gotta do. This is just a option. You're obviously currently living right now off of your income, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you met a man who made 70K with you guys combined, and now it's like you have an extra 70K to what you're already living off of. That doesn't make sense. That's not an option for you.
I don't think so. I think I'm just at a place where like I know what I want and I don't want to compromise. Like, I dated throughout my 20s and it didn't work out with people, and now I know what I want and I'm fine with it.
Fair enough. All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam. The Kendra Cam is when you stand up and we see your full body.
Oh, I have to stand up. Okay, hold on. Sorry, to be honest with you, my best friend loves your show, and she was just FaceTiming me, and she was like, you need to go on this right now and see if you can do it. So sorry that I'm like new to this. Okay.
Okay, you look cute. Okay. You look good.
Thank you.
So we got Teriim in Hawaii. What was your last relationship?
She's living with family. No, I have my own place actually. My last relationship was with my daughter's brother.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I would say maybe 8 months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I can be impatient. I can be intense. I've been told that at times. And then I think because I have my own opinions that are so strong, I can be a little bit inflexible.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think I'm just a really genuine and loving person. I have so much going for me. I think I'm in good shape. I think I look good. I have really strong values, strong morals, and I would be a really loyal and loving partner.
I love it. Let's do it. We got Teriim White, 31. What's the age range you would date?
I wouldn't want to go for someone in the 20s, so probably maybe like 35 to 55.
Okay. And he needs to be Hawaii?
No. I'm okay with someone that lives in a different city, but that's another reason why I want them to have a certain level of income, right? Because you have to be able to travel back and forth. So.
Let me ask you, if you got serious, would you relocate or did you know, go
I would. Yeah, it's just I want to move like somewhere random, like remote. Like I need to be in like a city environment. Even though Hawaii is an island, like there's still a big city here, so I just need to be in a place like that, and I would find it.
Okay. All right. Director of a nonprofit, mom to 2-year-old, never married. Let's do it. Now, are you familiar? We have our own dating app, Kendra G Singles. Are you on that?
No, but I'm downloading it right after this.
Okay. This is what it looks like. So screenshotted people, Kendra G Singles. Everybody give it 5 stars. Android and iPhone. I'm up against it, okay? And what is your favorite number?
13.
How you spell it? Jian, Darin?
Yes.
Okay, so make your username Darin13.
Okay.
Because it will work too fast. So Darin13. It's going to ask for a username. Make that your username, and then they can search you to find you fast, so that man can reach out to you, girl.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get back. All right. I basically missed that entire call, but I pretty much know the essence of the whole entire thing. Another single mother asking for 100K. From a physical standpoint, she actually ended up being a lot better than I was expecting. But still, it's just crazy how when you have a child, the bravado surrounding asking for 100K has to be even more humble. And you weren't overly aggressive, but it just, you had this tone like I just think it's because you women aren't ingesting these conversations enough. You guys are far from realizing how far you are from qualifying from these guys once you have a child. And you're 31. See, you guys, no matter how good you look, age is always going to play into it. For years of fertility, of healthy fertility that are left, that's all calculated into it. So, again, good-looking woman for 31, definitely in shape, look like you work out and stuff like that. 6-figure earner, maybe. It's not impossible, but I just think you women have to start getting more realistic and setting your sights and keeping your feet on the ground with your standards. Yeah. We're going to move on, though, because there was something that I wanted to cover. There was somebody who, we actually asked somebody who sent the Cash App while everything was going haywire on the show. Somebody dropped 10 more onto the show. It was Team Peterson. He says, the plate, SBC represent. Much love, Team Peterson. Thank you. Thank you for that contribution. $20. That's probably about what this live stream was worth today. With all the technical difficulties. Thank you very much for everybody who contributed. And sorry, I took the ascot off. I was getting hot. I needed to take it off. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. There's one more call that I think 2 more calls I wanted to cover, then we're going to get out of here. Just to put into perspective certain things that are being normalized that probably shouldn't be. We're going to have this conversation. Wait. Now, we're going to get to address this lady, then we're going to get to address Kendra G, both individually. Now, this conversation is going to put into perspective why when women try to stack themselves up to men who have had children by multiple women, to women who've had children with multiple men, and you try to act like it's equal and you'll be evaluated the same if you do the same things, I'm here to tell you that calls like this will prove that that's not true. And she might be a really ashy, extreme example, but she's an ashy, extreme example of a far more common example or commonality that you'll see in every day in society with Black women dealing with men who have a lot of baby mothers. Women publicly are like, oh no, all them babies have to go, ew, but behind closed doors, who they're willing to deal with, these guys who have like 10 baby mamas by 10 babies, these dudes catching all the action. So let's go ahead and break this down. Let's spin a clip. This probably should have been before old girl. Oh. That piercing. Like it hurt. Oh, no sound? Okay.
or you tell them no and they get behavior, I will teach them how to respond and blah, blah, blah. I show you the ropes.
Okay. And you're calling us from where again, honey?
Orlando, Florida.
They said Lola was funny. Orlando, Florida. Do you have any kids?
No, ma'am.
You ever married?
Yes, I did. That's a long story, but yes, back in 2016 when I was a correction officer.
So when did you get? Did you marry somebody in jail?
No. I met him. I talked to God one day coming from a Taco Tuesday, and I said, God, send me a husband, blah, blah. Then I met him a week later, child, and, the devil hear your prayers too. So I didn't even know the man. I was trying to be on YT time, like, then he asked, you want to get married? He said, you got your stuff together, I got my stuff together, let's get married, and I just did it, child. I just did it.
You felt like that was God's answer your prayer?
I said the devil also listened to your prayers.
Okay. How long did you guys stay married for?
We was in the house for 30 days, and he had to go. I found out he had so many kids.
How long did you know him before you got married?
No judgment zone, all right? No judgment zone.
We're going to judge, so maybe don't tell us.
3 weeks.
Girl, why'd you marry a man after 3 weeks?
Like Bernice.
I just wanted to do something. It was like on your bucket list type thing. I don't know. I just did it.
But you know what? This is how I do feel that people think about marriage. I really do think people play with marriage. I don't think I think people want the fantasy of marriage. I don't think a lot of people want the reality of marriage. Because there ain't no way in hell you meet somebody in 3 weeks, you marry him.
Yeah, you're right. But I did.
Okay, now this will be the last question. We'll move on because
Haven't you noticed that women who, like, again, Nia Long case study once more, haven't you noticed that women who are far from being able to obtain marriage, or women who are far past their prime, they have all these negative views about marriage all of a sudden? Of course, Kendra, you're going to use a woman who's dumb enough to marry a guy who had 15 children or whatever. Like, you're going to use that example as to blanket marriage so that, like, you don't look as much of a loser for not having it yourself. You always doing this. You're trying to act like, there's the other side over here where people don't get married and we're happy and so on and so forth. But Kendra, again, if every now and again you're going to weddings, you're seeing people get married, then you're going home crying, wonder when your day would come, eating Haagen-Dazs, that's not happiness. You're not a happy woman at that point. You're doing a good happiness act, but you're not as fulfilled as what you're trying to. That's depression, mass depression.
I'm curious. How many kids you find out that he had?
15. And he was
you are really dumb. For real.
Back.
I don't know why you married him in 3 weeks. He's putting it down on you. He was putting it down on you in that bedroom.
Nah.
He wasn't putting it down on you in the bedroom and you married him in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I know, Kendra, I know.
How many kids did you think he had?
2.
Now, what would any man think about you that you would make a life commitment? What should any man who's thinking about possibly considering you think about you when you have this kind of decision making where you would marry a guy and it's somebody who doesn't even stimulate you? You don't even seem to have any desire for him, but you still married him. You seem like the most bored woman of all time. I could never trust anybody like you. Like, you can't just casually tell me that you married somebody who had 15 kids and it all it took was 3 weeks for him to get you to pop the question, and you didn't get anything out of it. Sounds like.
How did you find out he had 13 more kids plus the 2?
Just doing research.
Wait a minute. So he told you he had 2 kids and he had 15 kids?
Yes. He had one Chinese, one white, one black. I'm not kidding you. 2 sets of twins. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Now, they're laughing, but some of us have already done the work. Some of us have already done the work on like people who have done case study after case study after case study on these type of things. I personally believe that when a guy has multiple, like the more kids a guy has, the more attractive he becomes to women. I just think that women want to put it out there. Like they don't really want to raise they don't want to raise someone else's kids in the same sense that men don't. But they also don't want to be honest about the fact that when guys appear to be fertile, that drives up attraction, even if the babies weren't had in favorable circumstances. And I'm going to give you guys a few examples that you can identify so that you can hold on to. People like Future, right? There are women all over the country. Everywhere he tours, there are a bunch of women lined up to be his 10th baby mama or something like that. And they gladly would. Now let's flip this. Who's a woman who's very famous, who's having babies left and right by a bunch of different men? I want to leave Lauryn Hill alone. Okay, no, I won't, because she's the only one I can think of. Let's just use Lauryn Hill. I think she's got a few babies in some different spots, I think. And I'm sorry, Lauryn Hill, if I got you confused with somebody else. But Lauryn Hill, for example, and she's like a record-breaking Grammy award-winning person, decorated. We all know she's a legend, one of the greatest female hip-hop artists of all time, really probably the greatest female rapper of all time. It's just that's a whole different conversation. And with all that being said, Lauryn Hill's dating value is capped because of her dating market decisions, almost like every other woman in the dating market. Unlike her predecessor, Future, who has a muddy dating record, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. It seems that Future still is a very desired commodity in women. And I'm not saying this to encourage men to have babies everywhere. I'm saying this so that women will realize that in every attempt you'll ever make to be like men and try to think that you're the same as men, Mother Nature will remind you that you're not a man. You can't do the things that men do. You can't exist the way men exist and still be valued. You have inherent value you have to protect. Men have to earn their value. And I think because men have to earn their value, that no matter how, like when a man earns his value through influence, productivity, or financial success, women don't care how many children he has a lot of the times because they want to be near the value. Sorry about the long-winded monologue. Let's get back into the show.
Wait a minute. So what happened? You Google? I gotta know. How did you find out about the other 13 kids? Like, what? Walk me down how you marry a man that you knew for 3 weeks who told you he had 2 kids, and then in a month you found out he had 15 kids. What did you do? What happened?
Again, I just do my research. The more people he bring me around, so I don't have any family or friends in Orlando. So the more he had brought me around people, I'm just, manipulating, trying to figure out some stuff, trying to listen and act like I didn't know something, and I bring something up, go through the phones, stuff like that.
Did he admit to it?
Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
Okay, now I want to know, so when you met him, was it his idea to get married?
Yes, he asked me.
Okay, so when y'all got divorced, was it like an annulment because it was only 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all still stay in contact?
No, I haven't seen that man in years.
Okay, last question, and I promise I'll leave you alone. How many women did he have 15 kids by? What?
11. I knew.
I hear this deal. Baby mama number 1. She, to me, gets the most grace because she was the first. She ain't know.
You correct.
Baby mama number 2, I'm going to give you slight grace because you probably thinking he had one baby with her. It didn't work out.
And that's the twins. That was the twins.
Baby mama number 3 and up, That's some bullshit. Okay? Baby mama number 3 and up. I don't understand. I don't understand when you meet the man and he got 2 kids by 2 different women that he did not be with, that you thought your vagina and baby mama number 3 was going to be the different vagina. Baby mama number 4, you crazy. You just crazy.
I just
Baby mama number 5 to 11 is on crack. And that's just what it is. She's on drugs. She's not in her right mind. She don't know. I don't even think baby mama number 4 to 11
right.
speak English. I don't think she could read. I don't think she could write. I don't think she know her ABCs. Because how the hell you gonna explain to me this man already got 3 women he got kids with? Mm-hmm. Now I'm happy you understood, because you was about to be number 12. But you would have been a wife, but you would have been number 12.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. I got out of there quick.
Can't nobody be invited to those kids' parties. Just you and your brothers and your sisters. You can't invite no friends. Don't you go to damn school and invite somebody. You got 10 brothers and sisters, and that's your birthday party. Nope, none of your kids.
Yes,
you
sir.
be in class in the kindergarten. Oh.
Will Stacks drops 2 on the show. He says they don't care as long as he playing stomach tag. Much love, Will Stacks. Yeah, like a lot of times, again, and that's why I say a lot of BWs put stimulation over substance. They put a man's ability to stimulate them in bed over his quality as a man. They don't really care about the quality of a man. Like a man could be grade A in every other way, check all the boxes. If he can't put it down in bed, a woman's ready to write that guy off. This is another huge variable that's not paid attention to when talking about why black women marry less than every other woman. It has a lot to do with the fact that black women start at, can he hit it good? Then they want to figure out if they like him after they've already given themselves up, which is not a good idea. That's not a good idea, right? It's a process void of vetting, like of proper vetting.
Oh, can I come to your birthday party? My mama said nobody from school can come because I got 9 brothers and sisters, and she got to feed all
you
of
one
them.
Of them ones,
so
Stack.
My birthday parties are just with my brothers and sisters.
Thanks for that.
Can nobody come? Can nobody that ain't my brother or sister come to? What the hell? You got to rent out Chuck E. Cheese.
You're right.
Let's continue. All right, I had a moment. All right, back to you, Lola child. You had a story, girl. I'm sorry, I was invested. I was invested, girl.
It's all right.
All right, so he's done. So you was once, girl. How about this? You ain't never been married. Next time somebody asks you,
I try to be honest.
Sometimes you got to lie. Now listen, I believe. Let me tell you something. You're gonna have to win this game in life, and sometimes now that's a fair lie. It was only 30 days, child.
Yeah.
It technically was an annulment.
Yes, it was.
Before you ain't never been married, child. Ooh, child. All right. Lola, Orlando, Florida, registered behavior therapist, 38, no kids, works with kids with autism. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer. All right, girlfriend. What kind of man you looking for?
I am looking for an OG. You know, one of the ones that used to be in the streets, but not in the streets no more. They build up a life. They got a...
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The sophisticated Pookie narrative. I think we got to start being real. Much love to the Valley Savage. He says 5 baby mamas, no problem. 5 baby daddies, no problem. And then he says 5+ baby moms. Now the baby moms can't read. Much love to Wolf Stacks. He says she's looking like a nasty crack on. you guys y'all are tough. Much love, Wolf Stacks. It's absolute rebellion. I'm tired of like I want to tell you, she's not alone. there are a lot of well-educated black women who are looking for this. They're looking for somebody who smells like the street. They're looking for somebody who sort of got a street sense to them. But we all know that oftentimes that has a lot to do with them being a criminal. But they also want him to be sophisticated, legitimate, and ready to start a family. And we all know that that doesn't exist. I'm here to say that there is a lot of black women who think this way. Of course, not all. Of course, not all. But a good amount of our women, they're looking, the reason why we say stimulation over substance is because the way a guy walks, and if that's appealing, that's stimulating. The way a guy talks, his intellect, his swagger, that's all stimulating. The way he hit it or the way he puts it down in bed, that's stimulation. And you guys are starting there when you need to be knowing, you guys need to be looking for the good men in the dating market, not the men who are just stimulating to you by the eye or whatever the case may be. Much love, y'all. That puts us at $30. Appreciate y'all for supporting.
Funny. Just know how to mentally mind.
Right.
You know?
You want a man that can mind F you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you were intelligent, you would know that that's another way of saying manipulate, like, or another way of saying like that's not a help. Like but either way, man, like you moving to the psychological and still using sexual references just shows that your subconscious mind is in getting plowed. You see, you're nasty. You know, you're real nasty.
Yes, I'm very serious about
and
me. Yeah.
You think that like
what's wrong with that?
Women like you reek of like you needing to be plowed good to be able to be happy. You're one of those women you'll walk around all day with an attitude and walk around acting weird because you want him to go upside of your head so that he can hit it, so that y'all can. That's how you make up women. That's how you make everything better. That's how you work through all your problems. And I get it. Some of you got an uncle who touched you or whatever the case may be, or a lot of you guys have weird backgrounds that make you guys this sexually forward or whatever. I'm sensitive to all that, but that's what therapy and stuff is for. The Valley Savage says, looking like he says, did she ask to get finessed? Yeah. I don't know, man.
Okay. Okay.
Cornball. I don't like cornballs. I don't like lanes.
What is cornballs, y'all? Y'all be acting like men with pay stubs is cornballs, y'all. Y'all want them to cover the gun in the pocket.
No. Men with pay stubs is not cornballs. No.
Yeah, but no, you guys are. I've seen this when I worked in the 9 to 5 world myself. Y'all do believe that like men who aren't you already gave yourself up, and that's why Kendra's pressing you, because you already gave away that you're a pookie chaser. So when you say cornball, Kendra knows you could just be talking about guys who work 9 to 5s and don't tow guns, because that is what a lot of women call corny. A lot of times, black women in general, any man who just bores them is considered corny in so many regards. You don't even have to be perpetrating. You could just be boring them and they're like, oh, he's corny. Crunchy some more. That's fine.
I don't think so either, but I challenge, what do y'all consider cornballs? Because cornballs might be the good men that y'all keep passing up for the thugs.
As in, he acting like something he's not type of thing. You understand?
Okay, yeah, I consider that corny too. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I consider that corny too. Okay, fair enough. What are your deal breakers?
Liars, and liars. I can't stand it. I turn into a whole different person.
Dry throat.
Like a mental patient. I turn into a
whole mental patient. See, black women, in your attempt to send dry threats to black men and to try to scare us into thinking, oh, we don't need to mess with you because you don't play that, all you're doing is scaring men off. I'm here to tell you, black women too, black men, we are not afraid of you. We do not see you as a threat. We just don't like the loud, aggressive ones that we want to get away from. That doesn't mean that you're a threat to us. It doesn't mean we're scared of you. It means you really annoy us. You frustrate us. You make us want to go get one of our sisters to pummel you to the ground, but that doesn't mean that we're afraid of you, you see. That doesn't mean we're afraid of you, or like you guys are always doing this. You got black women, you guys should be trying to present a pleasant, gentle, friendly demeanor to the dating market, and you're using that opportunity to say, don't mess with me, man. Because I don't play. Now's not the time. Now's not the time. Save that for the telemarketer. Save that for, I don't know, whatever time where it's fitting, but not in the dating market. Not in the dating market.
Whole different person. Just don't lie to me. I'm an open book, so I mean, why not? I'm the type of woman, if we in a nice relationship, you want to.
Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, what happened? She left. Either she, I think someone called her.
You might call me on Instagram, my ex, but it's all right.
What? Yeah. The one he was married to?
No, ma'am.
Oh, child, that would have been so funny.
Why do we have to know?
Why your ex call you on Instagram? You don't got your number no more?
I guess he
hit
got
the like button, everybody. Let's get to 100 just because.
Oh, he said you about to find a new man. He said, nah, I want that vagina back. She can't get that good vagina to nobody else. Let me call her and interrupt the show. I'll be damned if somebody else have a child. Woo, child, you got the man use. I don't even know how to use the Instagram phone. How you use the Instagram phone? You can call people on Instagram? That's some bullshit. I don't want that feature. You shouldn't be able to call me on Instagram. You can call people on Instagram?
Yeah, I don't know why he does it, but he does it.
Can't turn it off. I don't want none of y'all calling me on no damn Instagram. That's an invasion of privacy, child. Sit your ass in the comment section. How you calling people on Instagram nowadays?
He got my number, all 3 phones. He got all 3 phones and still calling.
Because he saw you with Kendra G. He said, ooh, I can't let this one get away. She looking for somebody now. Let me know. I want her to know I'm back. Please. He said he wants you back. He interrupted you on the show. He didn't even want you to talk to me.
Right. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I want you no more, sir. Okay. When was this at? Recent?
Yeah, I dated him from 2018 to probably like 2 years ago, I think.
Okay, so it's 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so let's kind of move forward with Lola. So we got, did I get what kind of man you're looking for? I don't think we got to the first question.
Yeah, ma'am. I said OG.
You did tell me, that's how we got to the liars. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Just handsome. You know, I like dark skin because I already know blackberry sweetie juice from, but I could take a red.
Again, everything comes back to peen.
But yes, I'm very serious about my meat.
Everything she does comes back to, like, oh my goodness, Wolfstacks dropped 2 more on the show. Much love, Wolfstacks. He says that thing smell like smoke. She do. She just look like she smoked so many Black and Milds that cooter smell like Black and Milds. Smell like your uncle's old pipe or something, you know? I can tell. Blocktavius. Hey, I thought we wouldn't bring that up to him.
It don't matter. Okay.
Much love to Terrence Watts.
Did he look a certain way?
Day 1 subscriber.
You know how them men look when they just coming out of, don't say it because I said I was a CEO, but you know how them men be looking when they just came out of prison? They just came out of prison, muscles, big arms, big chest, a little pudge, stomach you can rub on.
That's the man, you want the man that just did some jail time.
Look at her. It's just like look, her fantasies about a guy in prison. It's just, ma'am, like, you're doing everything to prove that you aren't a pookie chaser. But the more that you continue to talk, that's why Kendra was arguing with you, because you were trying to act like you're looking for a legitimate man when you obviously are not looking for a legitimate man. You're looking for somebody who is possibly a criminal. Like, why do black women, I don't know, y'all be thinking, oh, well, I'll get somebody who's coming out of the street so I'll still get to make a bad decision, kind of, but still make a good decision. You can't make a good and bad choice. Get men who smell like stability. You women always think you're succeeding, and then next thing you know, you done brought Vin Rains from Baby Boy in your house. That's right. It's all everything sweet till a nigga 260, 6 foot, is cooking eggs naked in your kitchen. It's because you date them fresh out. Yes, you come home and then and there's weed planted in your backyard. And then he tries to sit back and let it get blamed on your son. That's what you deserve. Of course, you know, your son's watching the TV and he's whispering in your son's ear, really creepy like, while trying to be your daddy. You did that to your son. You did that. When you chose to bring Vin Rames into your house. Guns and butter, baby. Guns and butter. Dumb motherfuckers. What? Okay. Call for your mama. Jody? When he licked his head, I was ready to cut the movie off. I was like, you know what? This might be a little bit too intense for me. I'm not sure if I'm ready. Not sure if I'm ready for Baby Boy. Wolfstack says it's all good till you fight her son in the dark. Telling you, y'all be bringing these thug ass niggas home. They be beating your family up. How did Tyrese know to call for his mama when he got choked? Like, seriously, like, I think that's what really made, like, that whole scene genius. It wasn't just that Vin Rames, like, choked him like a nigga fresh out is supposed to do. But it's the fact that Jody knew to, like, get choked and be like, huh, mama! God. John Singleton, damn it. You genius. You genius son of a...
No, I just want the structure of that. That's it. That's nice. But other than that,
you can't get jail bodies without going to jail. Like, they don't get jail bodies out in the gym. You literally got to do time to get the jail body.
I don't want an inmate. I promise I don't want an inmate. No.
Okay, so that's her body preference. Money. She make a certain amount of money.
No. I just don't want him to be broke. I'm spoiled. So I just don't want him to be broke.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra can.
So what happened is, I got, you know, that house dress you put on when you be cooking and cleaning. That's what I got on. Is inside out. So y'all better not judge me in these.
It's inside out. We can see through it.
No, ma'am. You can't see, but it's just inside out. It's a house dress.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Woo! That's why the ex called you.
Oh my God. I didn't even look at that.
Y'all better not judge me in these.
It's inside out. We can see through it.
No, ma'am. You can't see, but it's just inside out. It's a house dress.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Woo! That's why the ex called you. That's why he said she goes to the Kendra can. They're gonna see that body. Let me interrupt this show.
And it's real.
Again, much love to Wolf Stacks. He's basically carrying the whole entire show from a donation standpoint. Looks like if we come back here tomorrow, it'll be because of Wolf Stacks. He says he's making kids go. He's making kids go to bed out of school. Listen. As soon as they get home, heads in beds. We're at $45, man. Thanks to you. That certainly, I think, makes you the sponsor. You a slow trickle, but you're certainly the sponsor. I just gotta add it up.
Nothing.
But the ex called y'all. He said, "Get off that phone." All right, what was your last?
Okay, now I didn't get to discuss the I didn't get to discuss the Kendra cam. And again, a lot of times, the unsolicited twerking. I'm calling it out every time because I'm tired of black men getting the rap for why y'all over-sexualize. You over-sexualize yourself. Now, do we appreciate what you did? Yes. But that's beside the point. You need to stop. See, men, we're going to eat this up. We're not going to deny a flash. We're not going to deny a free twerk show, but we'll take the show and lower your value. That's the truth. Guys, we'll look at it. We'll go, wee, wee. We'll whistle. I can't do it. So that's me making the sound of the whistle I can't do. Wee, wee. But we'll look at you. We'll be like, oh, damn, what up? But we still kind of know like that we can't take you home to our mama. We'll enjoy the show and then still lower your value as a woman. This is why y'all got to stop doing this. This is why you have to stop doing it. Because it's lowering you women's value. And if you already holding, he gonna see what it do anyway. Why do you have to do that? I mean, it's appreciated. But stop. Men do not go to Hooters because the food is good. And the food is pretty good. But I'm just saying, we don't go to Hooters because the food is good. Men are very visual creatures. All you got to do is like be thick or be whatever the thing you have that's a good attribute. We'll still find you interesting. Why are you doing all of this?
Last relationship?
The one that I just called.
Oh, he's the last guy too. Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 5 hours ago and yesterday.
Wait. Okay.
Listen,
was it 5 hours ago or was it yesterday?
Wolfstack said she got that lay down and give it to me. He dropped 4. Much love. Appreciate you.
Ma'am?
Was it 5 hours ago? Because 5 hours ago was today still.
Right. I said 5 hours ago and yesterday.
Who the hell? Girl, is the condom in the garbage? The condom still, girl.
Not here at his house.
Girl, who did you see with 5 hours ago that got you
y'all,
calling
this gonna be great money for me to be able
just
to take home with a day
just
off. Man, y'all
just
gonna
something
let me
that
off like
gets you
that.
stretched.
Much love to the Valley Savage.
Because sometimes you.
Let's read some supers. Much love to the Valley Savage. He says, all y'all know she was about to make it clap. Then she remembered where she was. No, she knew exactly where she was. She knew exactly where she was, actually. That's the messed up part about it. She actually knew exactly where she was. She knew she was in public. And I think it was probably because there were so many people watching that was why she was compelled to do that. Like that somehow would be like, okay, if I wasn't going to catch a fish, I'm for sure going to catch one now. Which, again, you'll get more hits. Guys will, like, hit you up. But now it's the guys who want to sleep with you. It's the guys who value women who are dumb enough to thirst trap in public. Those aren't the good men. The men who are good in the good men in the dating market would never cuff you down if any guy can get that kind of peep show just because you having a good, because that's just how you feeling. And a lot of women find this liberating, twerking on their story, dressing sexually revealing, like when you're out with your friends and posting the pictures. I'm here to tell you it's diminishing your dating market value. I don't even care if you get a bunch of likes every time you do it. Like I said, guys will enjoy the show and still lower your value as a woman.
I have a We Vibe instead of Rose. Y'all check We Vibes. But I got tired of it. So that's why I did it.
Why can't you just be with him, Lola?
Because he's another one that got mad kids. He's an older man. He's still in the streets. He's one of them drug dealers.
Then why are you having sex with him, Lola?
Because it was thick and... You asked the question, I'm answering. I told you I ain't a liar. I ain't a liar.
But yes, I'm very serious about my meat.
Lola, you the problem.
What's
You the
wrong
problem.
with that?
Exactly. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you. We agree. We agree. I'm so glad we can agree, Kendra. See, we can agree on something. This lady certainly is the problem. I'm glad that you can call it out. And maybe it could be because she's being too loose about being a messed up chick and being out of pocket. That the carelessness you see, it's not good for the community. I promise you. The same things that irritate you about black women irritate me too. You just don't like to hear men say it. It's funny. You only can get these women when they irritate you. Once or their nature's so loose, they get on your nerves. And then all of a sudden, a black woman now needs to get the truth. I'm here to say they need it all the time. I'm here to say black women have been pandered to and held for so long. They need to be told the truth every day. Their daily dose of accountability. You only want to check these women when you get mad. And when they're like not taking your show serious, it seems, then you want to give them that real. Give them that real all the time. It'll drive the entertainment value of the show up.
I was trying. Now we got to get to it. Yourself is the problem, Lola.
See? And she was saying she was trying. She said she was trying. What are you talking about when you say you were trying? What she's talking about is she was trying to support her despite the fact that she's a mess, which is the biggest reason why black women are messed up. They're all supporting each other while they all are messed up and being quiet while they're out of pocket until it's far too extreme to be quiet. The black women, they sit back and they watch each other fail and they watch each other act loud and rowdy in ways they never would, and they just sit back and watch each other burn. But content creators like me and other content creators or other black women who try to have conversations with black women to help them with their femininity, we're considered misogynist or misandrous or whatever. So, cold world, not a fair world, but that's why we do what we do.
It was 4 months. Before that was 4.
Ain't that damn long? Why you girls act like y'all vagina can't be sitting down for a little bit with your hot pockets? 4 months ain't that long, Lola.
She was like, look at it. Look. I want, for any white people who might not understand what this face means, this is black people's way of saying shit. This is how we look when our mind is made up. Like when our mind is like, we've already decided we're gonna make the bad choice, and that's just what it is.
Lola.
But before that, it was 4 months. Before that.
Yeah, like she thinks that like you went 4 months without, like, you don't understand how much of a, you don't know how bad of a picture this paints you in. The fact that like you went 4 months without strange peen and you're proud of yourself. You're like, I'm dying out here, Kendra. It's only been 4 months. You're like, I'm dying out here. It's been 4 months. Kendra's like, 4 months is not that long. And crazy thing is, maybe in a guy world, guys may like, start to feel it mentally, psychologically, maybe more so. But when women are like this is a guy's worst nightmare, that women are out there after 4 months, they're just itching. This is probably why military men are so unhappy when they leave their women back at home. The stuff that they come back home to is always so bad. You got to be careful who you marry. A lot of guys, you guys got to be careful. Some of these women, they can't go 6 months. They can't, if they feel like they haven't gotten cracked or plowed in 6 months, they feel like they're not living. Funky Deneva, y'all wild.
Ain't that damn long? Why you girls act like y'all vagina can't be sitting down for a little bit with your hot pockets? 4 months ain't that long.
It's not.
Lola.
Look at her. Look at her. She's like, shit, what do you mean? 4 months? That's a lifetime. She's like, that's a lifetime. What you mean, Kendra? Like, that's a lifetime. She's like, shit. It's terrible. 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 She's like, speak for yourself, ho.
But yes, I'm
Shaming yourself.
Okay.
Okay, what was the kind of man you looking for again, girl?
An OG. I want an OG.
Well, it seems like,
I like.
okay, so this guy you just described is an OG.
Right, but he's just not.
So what the qualities is? Too many kids?
Too many kids. He's one of them men that he got money, but he's uneducated. So he talks to younger girls, and you know how them men that want to teach you some things, but when he already found out that you already know those type of things, he feel less as a man.
Now, I want anybody to pay attention to this, that the moment that a guy is trying to teach you something and you see that as an opportunity to try to show him what you know, you are masculine. You're masculine. See, the issue with educated women and women who earn money, it's not your education, it's not your money, it's you. There are plenty of educated women who refuse to talk about how educated they are in the presence of a man. There are plenty of wealthy, financially well-to-do women who refuse to talk about it around a man they're interested in because they want the man focused on them, the woman, the femininity. I'll give you guys an example of someone you know who did this. Simone Biles. She did this. She could have talked about how much she's Olympian around her guy, talked about how she's made this amount of money, that amount of money, whatever. But instead, she chose to put him in the forefront, and she got a man because of it. She got a marriage because of it. And of course, black women all over the country can't stand her because she didn't submit to him while not submitting. She was supposed to submit to him and say, I'm better than this man. I'm the prize. He's not because I'm Simone Biles, yada, yada, yada. And just like how I told y'all with the Jesus thing, they all turned on Simone and was like, oh, yeah, Simone, you're a pick-me, yada. They even called Simone a pick-me. This woman married an NFL star NFL wide receiver. She can't even get the support of black women. They only want to herd in loser circles. I told y'all they only want to herd in loser circles.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
How many kids he got?
A lot. He a grandfather, a lot.
Do you know the number?
I beg
I'm
your
just curious because the husband you was married to had 15.
I don't know. I don't know the number, to be honest.
Lola, what do you want for real?
What exactly
really
like are you looking for,
I want
lady?
a man's man. I want an OG. I want him. I want him.
Not the guy you slept with 5 hours ago and yesterday. So basically you slept with him 5 hours ago and yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all had like a staycation.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that is everything we need to know about you. That's everything we need to know about you. You're willing to give your body up to a man who you don't respect, and you're probably going to keep doing it. What makes you think that any guy who come into your life would think you would just cut off this dude and that he wouldn't just be hanging in the background for if things don't work out with your new situation, that you won't have guys like him just kind of hanging in the background? What reason does he have to believe that? This is why casuals, cook-ups will never look good on women the way that they'll look on men. And ladies, y'all got to get over it. You're not men. It'll always look better for a man to have nobody cares about a man having a high body count. Matter of fact, he gets praised on some level. Women, you guys can't. You guys don't get to have casuals. You always you only hear black women say, well, niggas do it. Like, men be doing it. All right, keep doing that and keep draining your value down and moving yourself further and further away from a marriage or anything that you want. Much love for everybody who joined the show. Much love to our sponsor of the show, Wolf Stacks. I appreciate you for coming through and supporting the show. We didn't make gold, but we still had a good time. I appreciate everybody who came through and supported. Man, I'm about to chill, man. I'm about to go eat something. I'm about to relax, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm glad that Sunday is my justifiable day off. So Monday, I don't have to come back Monday either. And it's not because I don't love y'all. It's just because you have to prioritize mental health and so on and so forth. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I hope that we can at least get a short form content, but I swear if I take Monday off too, it's gonna be simply because I just needed to just catch up on some rest, get everything right, okay? So thank y'all for rocking with me and coming out and supporting SOUNDEFFECT. I'll see you guys on the next show, man. I'm out of here.